I've been cheering for 5 months and you haven't even been to one of my competitions. I was 2 hours late to pick her up from school, bro. And I never, ever want to feel that again. You don't got to be working in the business anymore. You got to be working to make the business bigger. You're going to burn yourself out. The passion's not going to be as bright. I want my daughters to know that I love them with all my heart. There was days that I couldn't be where they were at. I had to work and I had to make sure that the future was going to be bright for them no matter what. And I just want them to know that their dad is just trying to be the best person that I could be.
Ever wonder how one conversation can change your perspective? You're listening to On the Mic with Joe Cee. Real conversations with real people. And every episode leaves you with something new. Welcome back to another episode of On the Mic with Joe Cee. Today I have my good friend Angel Solis back on the podcast.
Back again, baby. Let's go.
Last time we got into his origin story, his family, $3.99 pizza, and what it took to open his own location in the city of Glendora. Today, I want to go into the next layer, what it takes to build a business without losing yourself in it. The sacrifice, the work-life balance, family, marriage, relationships, leadership, stepping away and learning how to work on the business instead of always being stuck inside of it. With that said, I'm super excited and honored to welcome back my boy, Angel Solis.
What's up? Thank you for having me, Joe. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully amazing. Just like me, just like Joe, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So you were actually one of my first 10 guests on the podcast.
Yes.
Right?
Loved it.
Like I said, in that one, we really dove into you, how your family business started, how you went from being a child in the business to then working in the business to then owning a part of that business.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I want to bring to light to everyone is one of the things I know about you is you always have this energy to you.
Yep.
Right? You always have this smile on your face. If I show up at the pizza place, whether it was back when you were in Covina, now in Glendora, whether I see you on the street, whether I see you on your TikToks, on your Instagram reels, like you always have this aura, this energy, this vibe to you.
Yes, of course.
And as a business owner, as a father, as a husband, as a son, myself, I know that life isn't always that.
No, it's not, but
right? I know that life isn't always that. And so the conversation I really want to dive into here, not that it can't be here, which is your smile, but I want to dive into the story behind the smile.
Yeah.
And what it takes to be who you are for your community, your employees, your daughters, your wife.
Yeah.
Now
my wife.
And everybody around you. And so the one question I want to start off with is, what are some of the things that go on? And you can choose business, family, marriage, any one of those subjects. What are some of the things that go on in your life that some people may not know?
Everything, man. I'm like everybody says, dude, every time I see you, you're a happy person. You're so happy. You're always in a good mood. Like I've never, like they tell my wife, this guy can never be mad. And my wife's like, yeah, right. Like, yeah, that's what you think. Pretty much I wake up every morning and I thank God for waking me up another day. And I just don't ever want, I don't know. I just feel like I'm a really blessed person. We're all blessed. We're all blessed to be here. We're all blessed to have another day to right our wrongs, wrong our rights, however it is. We're all human. So I just make sure I take every day and I pretty much make the best of every day, no matter what, because I do have my bad days. My days where an employee calls out. Dude, I've been suffering. I started running marathons, and ever since I did that, I suffered from plantar fasciitis. And dude, that's like the worst pain. And it happens out of nowhere. And I still got to go to work. and I'm still happy and I'm still excited. And deep down inside, I'm dying. But so like stuff like that, or just even little things like my daughter's mom will call me like, hey, you know what? She wasn't doing this. She wasn't doing that. She wasn't behaving. But no matter what, it's just, you just got to make the best of everything. And that's just what I do. Like, I feel like if I'm ever in a bad mood, or if I show my emotions, at least to everybody, I feel like God's kind of like, hey, man, like, I'm blessing you. Like, why are you being like this? Like, don't take everything so personal. Whatever happens, like, there's always going to be a brighter day. Like, no matter what, there's going to be a storm, but after the storm, there's a rainbow. After the rainbow, the sun comes out. So you always got to think of things like, yeah, life isn't perfect, but you got to make the best of it, And that's what I do, man.
If you're getting value from the show, I'm going to make one request, and that's for you to hit that subscribe button. It's the one simple, free thing you can do. It helps the channel grow more than you know, and it helps me bring more conversation like this to more people. If you're here with us, hit subscribe and be part of what we're building here. Now let's get back to the show. I don't want to say I know, right? And I will say that I can see it, right? I can see it with you.
Yeah.
Although I can't imagine that you do have those bad days.
Oh.
Right? That you do have the sacrifices. One of the things actually that I remember is in the first episode, I recall you saying that you felt like you had to be there every day because you had to set the tone.
Yes.
Right? Like you go in there, and that same energy we're talking about, you set the tone, and you feel like if you're not there to really set the tone, then things just don't go the way they are. I recall you talking about working 7 days a week, 13 hours a day,
yep.
Right? Which is all great to smile through,
yeah.
Right? That's the season you were in then. What season would you say you're in now that you've owned $3.99 for 6 years?
Yeah. Now, now I'm a married man now. So now, the household's a little different now. So now,
what's different about the household? Let's start there.
Now I don't know. I feel like when I was a boyfriend and a husband, it's different. Like now I got to make sure my wife is happy. My wife wakes up and is as happy as me, or make sure that I give her enough attention. Because I feel like if, as a business owner, everything starts off at home. If your foundation at home isn't strong and it isn't what it's supposed to be, then you're going to go to work and it's not going to be what it's supposed to be at work either. Like, I just make sure me and her, we're always in a good mood together. We talk about everything. Like, how can I explain it? Pretty much the household, me and her build the way we build our strong foundation is by just talking. We talk every day. Hey, how's your day going? She has her own little business too. She does eyebrows and stuff. She has her own salon, so she does everything there. And that's one conversation. Like, hey, how many clients do you have? Or what time do you have to wake up today? So, I mean, we just make sure that at home everything's. I mean, it's never gonna be all sunshine, but I want to make sure that me and her are always on the same page, because then if not, like, if she's like, whoa, you didn't ask me how my day was, or like, you don't even care, like, because she has a lot of accomplishments, dude. I'm proud of her. She's amazing. She's doing great. She's doing good. And I feel like if I don't acknowledge that, she's kind of like, well, that's selfish of you. Before I was a boyfriend and I didn't care. I was like, you know what? Like, but now as a husband, I have to make sure, like, she's my rock. That's my wife, man. Like, she's the one that's gonna make sure I'm doing the best that I can. So yeah, I just gotta. It's a little different now,
Okay. I heard you say it's not always sunshine, right? When it isn't sunshine, what do those moments look like? What usually gets in the way of your communication? What usually causes resistance?
Not communicating. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I'll keep it to myself, and then I'm home and boom, like, what the heck? Like, she'll tell me what happened.
What's
like,
boom? Tell me what boom looks like.
Man, all
you
right,
get home,
like,
you walk through the door. What does that look like?
Walk through the door. I don't talk. I'm just walking. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go change. I'm going to go watch some TV, and I'm not talking at all. And first thing she wants to do is I get home and she wants to give me a kiss. Like, hey, I don't even do that. What the hell's wrong with you? What? You didn't even. I made you dinner. You're not even eating right now. Like, what's going on? So it's kind of like then I'm like, I take it out on her, and there it is. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have did that.
In those same 10 minutes, do you go up to her and tell her that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll tell her, like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. And there's times where we'll have a big argument, and instead of just saying sorry, like, we'll pray about it. I'm like, come here. You know, ever since I got married, I've been going to church more. So we got married in a Catholic church. And yeah, man, like, that's one thing that because I always pray. I'm always praying no matter what. But I've never done it with my significant other. This is the first time I ever do that. Never. Nobody, I'm pretty sure nobody would ever think I would do that, but I do. So, like, we'll have our little arguments, and it's like, instead of just like, I'm sorry, it's like, hey, I'm sorry. Come here. Let's pray a little bit. Let's pray about it. And then there it is, and we'll pray about it. Hey, God, I'm sorry. I would never do that again. Like, I'm going to have to learn how to control either my anger or my emotions, but never the way.
Do you guys pray about this out loud? Like you say, like, hey, let's pray about it. And you're things like what you just said right now, you're saying that out loud with her right there.
With her, yeah. That's one thing that I make sure we do, no matter what. Like, before we got married, we used to pray every day, not fighting or nothing, just pray every day. Thank you, Father, for waking us up today, and we want you to be the center of our marriage and all that good stuff. So,
wow. And what got you guys there?
She wasn't Catholic. I'm Catholic. So the father was like, hey, like, if you want to get married at a Catholic church, like, you know, you got to transition.
You got to give yourself to God.
Yes. So he's like, I need you guys to pray every day, go to church every Sunday. Like, I need you guys to be involved. Because he wasn't going to marry us. He was like, I don't know. So, yeah, that's how we got into it, man. So,
and you said there's times where I get home and I'm wearing my emotions everywhere, right? That's kind of what I heard. Where does that come from? Does that come from work?
Yeah, of course.
So coming from work, what are some of the things that have to happen at work that would have you come home that way?
The employee's not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Like what? Right?
Everything, bro. Oh, my God. I'm like, it's simple. It's like clockwork. You do the same thing every day. It's the same thing every day. And I feel like I got to remind them. There's sometimes where they'll do it. And then there's sometimes where I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you're on your phone right now. Like, look at the tables are dirty. Or this guy needs a beer at the bar. Or this order's been ready for 10 minutes and you haven't even called it out yet. Like, come on. So it's just little things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not too crazy, but it's crazy enough to where I'm like, dude, like, I'm fed up with telling them that they got to do this.
Okay. So one thing which, by the way, thank you for sharing. One of the things I really hear is some of the things that happen with your employees at work are some of the challenges you face that then have you come home, and the cost of the emotions you get from being at work and managing those things is your relationship when you get home.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, you guys go back and you pray for it. Right. Owning a business, what has been the cost for your kids?
Oh, man.
By the way, how many kids do you have?
3. I got 3 daughters. I got a 17, a 16, and an 8-year-old.
Okay.
So
shout out. What's their names?
I got Isabella, I got Angelina, and Zola.
Okay. So, hey guys, the only 3 people watching this episode right now.
Oh, man.
So, what you said? What's the youngest? What's the oldest?
The youngest is 8, and the oldest is 17.
17. You've already had your own 399 for 6 years. I remember from your origin story, you were with your brother for like 5 years or how long?
5 years, yeah.
5 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's most of the life of your 17-year-old and the entire life of the other 2.
Yeah.
What has that cost you as a father?
Just sacrificing, missing out on a lot of stuff, man. But
Like what?
now, like cheer competitions. There's sometimes where I can't make it. I wish I could, but around the same time that the cheer competition is going on, that's like my busy season. And same with my youngest daughter. Like, she's in ballet, she plays basketball, and I try to make it as much as I can. But when I can, I can't, and I feel so terrible. But I always text them before. If I'm not gonna make it, like, hey, good luck. Call me after. Let me know how you did. Hey, good luck. Call me after. Hey, let me know how this basketball game went. Or, hey, let me know how your ballet recital was. Like, so, I mean, I'm doing everything for them, and they're gonna see it later. Because honestly, there was a lot of sacrificing that I had to do. But now I'm learning to more step away from what I'm doing right now, as far as being at the restaurant, being at the pizza place every day. So what I do now is I just give everybody like pretty much a list of things that they have to get done when I'm not there. Because if I don't do that, they're going to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So now I started taking more time off. So like I'll tell my kids, hey, let's go to the mall. Let's go shop. Or let's go to the movies. My youngest daughter, she just likes getting her nails done and going to get ice cream. She's still little. 8 years old, not really anything. It's just like, oh, okay, let's do this. The minimal things is like the best thing. Mm-hmm. For my older daughters, they want to go to Beverly Hills and have dinner. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, all right, let's go. So, yeah, now I'm making up for it. I'm making up for lost times with my oldest daughters and my youngest one, too. It's like now I have more time. Like this past Saturday, I took my daughter to her recital. She had like a little play she was in. And I've never taken her. She's been in plays a lot. And this is my first time taking her. And she was excited. I got her flowers. And she was like, Dad, like, really? Like, all right, you're here. Wow. So that was cool, man. That was cool. Something different. It was, but as a business owner, that's how it goes, man. Sacrificing. You got to learn how to separate your personal life from your business life, because if you don't, one or the other is never going to work. So you have to find that happy medium with that. So I've been doing it lately, so that's good, man.
Well, one, congratulations.
Thanks.
I acknowledge you. We're going to dive into what that looks like in a little bit. I did hear you say, though, they'll know in the future, like, why I did it.
Yeah.
Right? Like one day they'll realize why I did the things I did. With that said, what is something you hope your daughters learn from watching you work this hard?
That nothing's given in life, and if you want something, you gotta go for it. You gotta pretty much, it's not gonna come to you. You have to go out there and get it yourself. And if you could do that, you could do anything. You could do anything you put your mind to. So like, I want my kids to know, like, hey, you know what? My dad was a hard worker, but look at what he left us. I mean, I want to leave them the business is for them. I'm not saying they have to do it, but it's something for them to fall back on, at least till they find out what they want to do in life. But my youngest daughter, she's gonna be there. She's the one that wants to be in the pizza business. I could tell, dude. I could tell. She's like how I was, and I'm like, all right, at least one of them's gonna be there.
Do any of them ever have this conversation with you about work? Have any of them ever gone up to you and said, like, Dad, like, again, you missed it? Or like, Dad, when are you gonna, like, give me one of those conversations. Oh, one day, my daughter, what?
Well, a few days. My daughter, my middle daughter, she's 16 years old. She's my middle child, and her all the time. I think she's more outspoken than the other two. The other two are more like, they don't really want to tell me anything. But my middle daughter, she don't care. She'll say it. Hey, Dad. So she'll always call me like, hey, Dad, what's going on? I've been cheering for 5 months, and you haven't even been to one of my competitions. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I got to work. You don't always got to work. That's why you have workers for. They could work. And I'm like, yeah, if you only knew. But it's kind of like it hurts me, man. Like, then that's when I come out and I'm like, hey, get ready. I'm going to take you to go to the mall. Let's go to the mall. So I try to like, I feel bad, dude, but I try to make up for it by taking her to buy stuff. But I know that's not going to make it any better. Like, I got to be there. Like, they need to see me there at competition, cheer competition, where I'm like, all right, hey, I'm here. Like, even though they cheer for like 2 minutes, and then you got to wait the whole day to see if they win. I mean, but yeah, my middle daughter, she's always like, Dad, you missed another one. Really, Dad? Really? And I'm like, all right. I'll make it to the next one, hopefully. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, but it hits me, man. It gets me in the heart, bro. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah.
Got it. So you want them to definitely learn the work ethic and that nothing comes easy and that success is going to take work.
Yeah.
What is something you hope they don't inherit from you?
What they don't inherit from me. Gosh. One thing that I don't want them to inherit is be able to, like me, for instance, everywhere I go, every place I get invited to, I'm always late. But I'm not late because I want to be late. I'm late because I'm stuck at work. So I need time management. That's what I want them to like never inherit. Time management, bro. I want them, if everybody that knows me knows like I'm late, like you're gonna be late. And their moms, whenever I gotta pick them up, they'll tell me like 2 hours before. And I'm actually there on time because they told me like pick up. Oh yeah, you have to pick up at 5. I show up at 7 and I was really supposed to pick them up at 7. So it's just stuff like that, man. I want them to be time management. What else? I think that's it, man. Just I want them to make sure they're on time for everything because being on time everywhere is important, you know? Other than that, I think it's all right. They could inherit anything else, brother. I'm telling you. I wouldn't mind them, man.
From your own experiences that you've had personally, why would you say being on time is important?
It's important, especially as a business owner. You know, when you're on time, like 5 minutes or even 5 minutes early, I feel like you're on time. You're 5 minutes early. You're not rushing. You're not like, hey, I'm sorry. Or especially like if you're attending like a wedding or like a graduation or something, you can't be late to those things. But I feel like being on time, it shows a lot of your character. You're like, all right, like this guy has his life together. He's on time. He has a business. He has a wife. He has kids. And look, he's on time. Like it just shows a lot about your character and your life, like how organized you are. So that's what I think. I feel like that's how it is.
Do you recall a moment where you were late and how it impacted you to create whatever experience was created with whoever it was created with because you were late?
Yeah. I was late. When was I late? I was late a few times. Damn, I was late a lot of times, bro. Let me see. But the one time where I was late and I was like, dude, I never want to be late again was, it just happened not too long ago. What was I late to? Dude. All right, man. Hey, I'm a great dad, bro. Don't judge me. For my 8-year-old, my youngest daughter, I was 2 hours late to pick her up from school, bro. And I never, ever want to feel that again.
What did you feel?
Oh, my God. I was torn inside, bro. I was hurt. And then seeing her there by herself in the office, like, I was like, gosh, like I was, in my mind, I'm like, I was working. What do you expect? But no, it's like, no, I can't do that. Like, I don't know what the office people were thinking. Like, look at this little deadbeat dad, like, over here 2 hours late. I was an hour and 45 minutes late.
Yeah.
And it was luckily, it was an early day. Like, they get out at 12:50. I showed up, like, at 2. And I was like, dang, man. Like, and my daughter was kind of like, hey, like, you were late. Like, she was the only one there. Usually, I'm like 5-10 minutes late. There's other kids there. But this time, it was just her by herself. And it was just like, yeah, I never want to be late again. Like, No, it was the worst feeling ever. I was like, hey, you want to go to Chick-fil-A? Yeah, let's go. Let's go to Chick-fil-A.
Makes it all better.
Dude, she forgot about it after, but I was like, yeah, I can't be late no more.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to do. So I've been better, bro. I've been getting better. So
Well, speaking of that, because I did hear you say, I was working and then I was 2 hours late. One of the things I want to ask is, what has been one of the biggest challenges for you learning to step away physically from the business?
is trusting in the employees. That's one of the biggest challenges, is trusting that when it's busy or when the regulars are in there, it's like nobody has to ask for me. That's one of the where it's like they're doing their job. They're doing pretty much what I do, to where it's not like, where's Angel at? It's kind of like, all right, like they kind of forget. And then when I walk in later, like, oh, you just got here? And it's like, yes, I just got here. Oh, and I'm like, yes. That means they didn't text me, because a lot of my regulars have my number. So as long as they're not texting me like, hey, man, where are you? Once they text me that, I already know, like, oh, man, they didn't get their beer or something, or their food came out wrong. But that's one thing, is that's the challenge, is I want to make sure when you walk into that restaurant, you're greeted. I want to make sure your experience is amazing. The first bite of your pizza, the first sip of your beer, like, beer's cold, food's hot. I want it all to just, to just kind of be a good experience. Whether it's your first time, your fifth time, your 10th time,
I'm going to assert that you've had this conversation with your employees before. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
What do they tell you? What I'm hearing, if I was your employee, what I hear you saying is, I want you guys to be like me when I'm not around.
Yeah.
Am I kind of on the right path there?
That's exactly.
What is their response?
Okay. And I'm like, what do you mean okay? All right, well, you guys got it? Yeah. They'll be good for 2 days and then back to normal. And I'm like,
have any of them ever asked you, what would that look like for you if we were like you when you were gone? Have any of them ever asked you that?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you now. If your employees, your pizza guy in the back, your bartender in the front, which is probably also your server and your hostess all at the same time, maybe, I don't know. If they were being Angel when Angel wasn't there, what would that role look like for each one?
Oh, yeah, the girl in the front pretty much, she's a bartender. She takes the orders. She calls the orders out. That would be more like everything would just run smooth. Like someone walks in, hey, how's it going? How you doing? What can I get you? You're charging them. You're getting their money. So how's your day going? Like just having a conversation with everyone, making them feel comfortable. That's what I do all the time, man. No matter what, whether they're in a bad mood or not, I'm going to be nice to them. Because, we're in the service industry. So you got to be nice no matter what. Even, kill them with kindness. Who cares? Or, you always got to make sure that no matter what, you understand. Because you don't know what kind of day people are having. So it's kind of like, imagine they're having a horrible day. I don't know, their relative passed away or something. And they're having a bad day. They come and order some food. And then you talk to them with attitude, then it's going to make it even worse. They're going to, Yelp review. I don't know, something. It's just, I always want to make sure that when you're in there, it's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, guys, you want another? Hey, some food? Hey, would you like to add, like upsell? Would you like to add something? Because people walk in there to a pizza place and they're going to eat pizza, of course, but it's like, well, do you want some wings? Oh, you guys got wings here? Yeah. Would you like something to drink while you're waiting for your order to go? Yeah, that actually, there was one time where that happened to me. This older gentleman came to order a pizza to go. And he's like, hey, I'm going to wait for my order. All right, cool. And he was sitting down at a high, I can never forget this day because I would never do that again. He was waiting for his order, sat down at a high top table that we have right there. And I didn't think nothing of it. He's an older man. His pizza was ready. I gave it to him. He was upset. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, Nobody offered me if I wanted a drink while I was waiting. Nobody offered me if I wanted to buy a beer. And that was my fault, dude. I was like, oh, man. I'm like, well, what if I give you a beer on the house? No. He was already in a bad mood. He left. I'm never coming back here again. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, but if you do, your next beer's on me, man. And so, yeah, I learned, man. I learned from experience, like, offer everything because you never know. What if they wanted it and you're just like, oh, a pizza? All right, cool. 10 minutes. And like, what? I'm like, well, all right. So, yeah, man, just pretty much be very welcoming, be very attentive, the best customer service. That's what it would look like, man. That's how I am all the time, except for that one day, man. I'm telling you, I wish I never did that. So.
Well, I feel like this is a very common challenge. I don't want to say problem, right? Because I don't know if necessarily has a quick fix. But I definitely do see this being a challenge of a lot of business owners. And sometimes I feel like it can go the route of we can't really expect everybody to be us. I say that because I've gotten that a lot from people that have worked for me, where we have this same conversation. And it's like, yeah, like even my wife's had to tell me, like, hey, you got to remember, like, not everybody's like you.
Yeah.
Not everybody's extroverted like that. Not everybody is. So with that said, what do you think is some of the common things in your experience that get in the way of people being that way, of people seeing the vision? And I say this because I see this as common sense.
Yeah, me
right?
too.
It could be because of what my wife says, which is you're just a certain way. That's the way you are, and not everybody's like you. But to me, in my perception, everything you just said, everything is common sense, especially in a business.
Yeah.
So what do you think gets in the way of what we would consider common sense?
A lot of people, like for my employees, they're not too comfortable with talking to people. They're not really social, and it's like, come on. So it takes them a while to break out of their shell to where they're like talking to everyone. And then I see it and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, but that's what I feel. I feel like what stops them is, well, first of all, I feel like they don't want to be wrong. They want to be right at everything they do. But, you know, you learn from your mistakes. So you got to take a chance and kind of like, hey, well, would you like something to drink? It's like, you can't assume like this person's going to tell you no. You got to just go out there. And so I feel like they're shy. They're scared to make a mistake. Yeah, I feel like a lot of them just don't want to talk. They just want to do their job, but that's part of their job is talking. But they don't see it that way. They're like, all right, I'm taking their order. I'm giving them their pizza, and that's it. I'm giving them whatever they ordered, like, and that's it.
And that's
and then
my
they
job.
and then they go back, and then it's like, no, like a little bit extra, a little, you know, it's not gonna hurt.
Speaking of girl in the front, I believe I recall that your wife, does she still work with you?
Yeah.
Or okay,
Yeah, she helps me out still.
yeah, she helps you out. Was there ever a moment where she was like fully involved in the business?
Yeah.
And is that still the case?
Yeah, of course, always.
So what has that dynamic been like, working and running a business with your wife?
Well, I learned that she's the boss in the front, and I just handle the whole back. Because I feel like when you can't have a bunch of chefs in the kitchen, you know, you got to have that one main person that's kind of like, so I don't get, before though, oh, it was horrible. I would always put my 2 cents in the front, whatever she would tell the girls to do. And then that started an argument with me and her. Because she's like, why are you doing this? Well, Angel said, what? Angel, no, don't listen. And then there it is. She comes back there. I'm in the back. And why would you tell them to do this? Or why would, I'm like, all right, you know what? So I learned to communicate with her. So now we're on the same team. But what I started doing is I let her handle the whole front. And I just deal with the whole back already. So that way she does what she has to do and I do what I have to do.
How long did it take for you guys to get there?
After we got married.
Really? How many years was that?
Oh, my God. 5. 5, almost 6 years. So
Let me ask something. What is something that she sees that you maybe don't when it comes to business?
everything. Dude, she sees it all. She sees like, and she tells me, she's like, hey, like, you shouldn't be back there. Like, you shouldn't be doing this anymore, what you're doing back there, which is cooking, taking out orders, making sure. No, she said, you don't got to be working in the business anymore. You got to be working like to make the business bigger. So instead of taking out that order or putting the sauce on the wings, you need to be figuring out how to bring more clientele in, how everything looks out there, how everyone's enjoying their food. She's like, and you don't do that. So I'm like, all right. So I'm working on that now. Now I'm like, all right, she's right. Don't work in the business, work on the business.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, cool.
I like that. Don't work in the business, work on the business.
Yes.
So I heard something that I would say is in the business, which I think is great, going out as like the owner, checking on everybody and just making sure everything is going good rather than doing the physical actions themselves.
Yeah.
Right. What are some of the things that that you and or her would consider working on the business rather than in the business?
Probably other than going out there and seeing how everybody is, just finding other ways, because now everyone's being creative, man. Everyone's being creative to get customers in the door, whether it's a TikTok or a reel on Instagram or just some specials to bring people in, like just certain stuff like that. More promoting the business. Do something that's catchy, that catches the person's eye. Like, oh, you know what? Let's go try this. Or, oh, look at this pizza they just made. Like, let's go try that pizza. That pizza looks amazing. Social media. Like, that's the thing. I know that's what she means. Like, hey, you could never be comfortable with the business that you have. You always want more. Always. And it's true.
So more marketing and content creation is what I hear, is what it looks like to work on the business. With that said, I have seen you create a lot more content lately, and it's fucking hilarious, right? And some of that pizza looks fire. With that said, what has been your experience of creating content like that? And has it worked? Have you seen the impact of it?
Dude, it works. People, I'll be in Glendora, downtown Glendora, getting a coffee, and they're like, hey, what's up, man? I see your TikTok. You're like, what? You're like, really? Yeah. Like, that's what made me want to go buy a pizza from you. And I was like, okay.
Really?
Or like my little daughter, whenever I put her in some of my videos, and we'll be at the store, and some ladies will come up to her and be like, hey, you're the one that makes my pizzas, huh? And she gets all excited about it. And it just, it brings in clientele, man. Like, no matter what, it's crazy. Times changed. Like, that's the way to get more business, more clientele. I mean, and I've been doing a lot of content, man. I've been trying. I'm like stepping out of my comfort zone. I never did that before. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. See what happens.
With this marketing thing, social media, do you see it as marketing, or do you see it now as part of running a business?
I think it's part of running a business now. You have to do that. That's the only way that, I don't know, it's weird. It catches people's attention. It catches the eye. It like, people want to see the visual. They want to see like what the heck? Like, I don't act like that when I'm around people like the way I do on TikTok. But when they see it, they're like, what the? Hey, that's cool, man. I love it. And you're like, all right, yeah, me too.
Only because I know that there's a lot of things I struggle with content. What has been one of the hardest things for you about creating content?
Coming up with a unique idea. Something that nobody does. Like, always trying to like do something different. That's hard, man. It's tough.
You ever walked into a barbershop and not known if you were next, if you should sign in somewhere, if they even take walk-ins, all because nobody greeted you or said hi to you? At the Original Clip Joint, you never have to sit there wondering if you're next or if we're even available to take you. We are built for convenience. Download our app, The Original Clip Joint Barbershop, or you could just visit us at ogclipjoint.com and book your appointment online at no extra cost. Again, that's ogclipjoint.com. We'll see you guys there.
It's tough, but I always try to make something happen. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's try this. Let's try that. That's the hardest part, is just being fresh, having everything new. It's tough because once you're in 10, 15 videos deep, it's like, well, what's this one going to be about, you know? So that's the hardest part about it, man.
Yeah. Okay, well, it seems your wife is onto something, by the way.
Yeah, she is.
Seems like your wife is onto something. Would you say that running the business with your wife has made your relationship stronger, harder, or both?
Both. It's both. Dude, I'm telling you, it's sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes it's not, but it's hard because you can't talk to your wife the way you talk to an employee, because she's like, wait, I'm your wife. Like, you know, like, and I'm not saying like I yell at the employees, but just a certain way that you talk to an employee, and then I try to talk to my wife, like, and I forget, like, I'm talking to my wife. I can't be like that. Or, my wife, she's the boss, man. She's the boss. So I gotta, like, all right, well, bite my tongue sometimes, like, all right, you know, you're right. I'm sorry. It's my fault. So yeah, it's a little tough, man. It's tough. It has its days.
Yeah. What's incredibly interesting for me in this moment is that what I'm remembering in the first episode, when you were sharing about your dynamic with Art, your brother.
My brother, yeah.
I believe I recall you saying, or we were having a conversation about communication, about how you feel like if you and your brother would have just communicated with each other more as to what your roles were.
Yeah.
Like what you were good at, what I was good at. And for him not to talk to you as an employee, but like see you as a brother, like see you as a partner. How did that experience of your brother shape your experience now with your wife? And how long did it take for you to work with your wife to finally realize what you wish your brother would have realized when you were working with him?
It took a few years. It took a few years because I started seeing, I'm like, wait, like I was on that other side where it's like, wait. Like, don't talk to me like that. Like, wait, like, no, like we're in this together. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. All right. You know what? I'm sorry. So it took a few years, man. And now it works out perfect. Now we plan together. Now everything's together. Like we complement each other. She has good ideas. I have good ideas. We put them together. It's a great idea. So, yeah, I mean, it took some time, but now we got it down. It's perfect. Perfect, man.
In that, I can definitely hear how it made your relationship stronger.
Oh, of course.
How did it make your relationship, and or how does it make your relationship harder?
It makes it harder when there's some things, because, I mean, I've been in the business my whole life. I brought her into the business, so she kind of learned some stuff from me, but now that she's been in there like 6 years almost, same as the business been open, and she feels like she knows it all. So what I do is, because I know everything, man. I know exactly what's going to happen, what's going to work, what's not going to work. So I let her make the mistakes. And I sit back and I know it's going to happen. And then when she makes that mistake, she comes back to me. She's like, yeah. I'm like, I know. I'm like, I know. I already know. I'm like, but I didn't want to fight with you. I didn't want to tell you anything. I'm like, but I knew this was going to happen. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, it's all good. I'm like, hey, you learn from your mistakes. So, dude, yeah, now it's kind of like, I don't get upset. I sit back and I'm like, all right, I'll give it another 5 minutes. I already know what's going to happen. So, dude,
Does she ever turn around and say, "Why the fuck would you let me fall like that if you
yeah,
knew?"
yeah. And then I'm the bad guy again. I'm like, dude, I could never win. I'm like, I could never win with you.
Have you ever caught her doing that to you? Where she watches you just dig yourself into a hole?
Yep.
And she's like, I know.
Yeah. All the time. Dude, all the time. And it's mainly when people ask me for things like, hey, I need a sponsorship, or hey, I need this, I need that. All right, let's do it. And I love to give back to the community, but it'll be like a person I've never seen in the pizza place before. And she's like, you don't even know these people. What are you doing? I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I'll never see them again. They take that check, they go do their sponsorship, and that's it.
You don't get no plaque. You don't get
Nothing.
Wow.
So she does the same thing, man. So
Guys, real quick, if you guys have taken a check from 399 Glendora, bring this man a plaque. We like
Please.
putting those things up on our
A
business.
picture.
Right? I do the same thing at my barbershop. Like bring a team picture, bring something. We like having you guys up there. So if anybody ever got
Yeah.
sponsored by Angel and you have that plaque sitting in the garage because you didn't go back and give it to him, come over here and give it to him.
Please, I'll put it up.
Give
I
the man his
promise.
plaque. Give the man his plaque. So if you were talking to another business owner right now, and that business owner was telling themselves, I just can't step away from the business because if I do, the business just will fail. What would you say to that owner?
They're going to burn themselves out. I feel like when you step away, because I know this from experience. So you're going to burn yourself out. The passion's not going to be as bright. It's not going to be that light's not going to be lighting. It's going to be like, damn, I'm doing this again. And it shouldn't feel that way. But I feel like it's like that when you don't step away. You need that 5 hours, 6 hours away from the business, or 2 days, 3 days, a week. If you could go on a little vacation, because you're going to come back better than ever. You're going to come back like, you're going to miss it. Oh, I miss this. Hey, you know what? I have an idea. I seen this where I was at. Let's do this now, guys. Hey, it recharges your creative mind to where you're like, you know what? I need to do this. And also it just kind of like, when I'm telling you, man, like I was stuck in there, like just working. And it was like I lost the passion for it. I seen it as work, and I was like, what? Like, I don't want it to just be work. This is what I love to do. This is my art. Like, I love to make pizzas. Like, I love to help people out. I love to talk to people. Like, I needed to step away, and that's one thing that I would tell someone that's opening up a business. I get it. The first year, you got to be there every day, first year. After the first year, a little bit. Step away a little bit. Just a little bit. even 2-3 hours. Go eat with your friends or your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. Or girls, go eat with your girlfriends, your boyfriend, your something. It helps you out. It helps you out 100 times. You will come back better than ever, no matter what. I know it, man.
I love it. I love it.
Always.
We spoke a lot about your dynamic with your daughters and the sacrifices that you've had to make to not only provide a life for them in the present, but provide a life for them in the future. And so if you're comfortable with this, looking into that camera right there, what is something that you want your daughters to know and understand, whether it's about you, the business, your life, your intentions, that you want them to know years from now when they're watching this?
I want my daughters to know that I love them with all my heart. There's days that I couldn't be where they were at. I wish I was, but I had to work, and I had to make sure that the future was going to be bright for them no matter what. Even if they didn't want to do the pizza business, but something to fall back on till they get to where they want to be. And I want them to know that even though I wasn't there, I was there spiritually, and I was always hoping for the best for them, whatever sport they were playing. And I just want them to know that their dad is just trying to be the best person that I could be. And yeah, that's it. I was trying. I still am. I still am. And it's tough, man, because a lot of kids don't understand. They're like, owning a business is difficult, especially nowadays. Nowadays, not the same no more. Back in the day, I feel like it was a little easier. Now it's a little harder with everything getting more expensive and less room for error. Like it's tough. It's tough out there, but we got to just do it and make the best of it. That's all we could do. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Gosh. It's tough. Super tough. But hey, you got to keep pushing, man. We're here. So let's keep it going.
As a final message, what do you hope anybody watching this takes from this episode?
Final message. I want people to take from this episode, life isn't easy. Opening up a restaurant's not easy. But if you're hesitant to do it, don't be hesitant. Do it. Because you never know what's going to happen if you don't try. If you don't take that first step, that leap, that, man, I might not make, but you don't know. So I want people to take like this episode to always try, but try for yourself. Yourself meaning you have kids, you have a wife, you have a family, but always try for yourself and never for others. Do it because you want to do it, not because you want other people to see you do it. And never compare yourself to anybody. Compare yourself to yourself. Because if you're running a race, it's your race. You're never going to lose. You're always going to come in first place. It's your race. You're the one-man race, one-man marathon. And just know that God's going to give you what you work for. It's not given. You got to work for it. And you could get it done. Now let's get it, baby. Let's get it, baby.
There you go.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you for that, brother. Thank you
Always.
for that. I mean, I guess the only thing left to say is any final words, even though those might have been it right there. Anything that we didn't touch on that you want to make sure gets touched on?
What else? Let me see. All right. One thing. I'm a newlywed. So from my perspective, being a newlywed, just fellas, I get it. We want to provide for our wives, and we want the best for them, and we want them to have all the nice things, but you always got to check in with your wife sometimes, like, hey, how you doing? Because I get it. Being a man, we have a lot of pressure. Like, we want to make sure our wives are taken care of and they look their best. They got their nails done, their hair done, everything. They have a nice car they're driving. I get it. But we also want to make sure that they're good, spiritually. So we could do it, baby. Come on, fellas.
I think you touched on something really important there that I want to elaborate on just a little bit more, which is you said checking in. I know you said like, hey, how you doing? But what would you say it really looks like to check in with your wife?
Make sure she's happy. Not just in the outside, but in the inside.
What does that look like? You get home and you say, babe, like, what does that look like?
It's pretty much, hey, babe, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good. No, really, how are you doing? Like, are you okay? Like, how's your mom? How's your dad? How's your grandma? How's everybody? Because if you don't ever ask any of those questions, she's not going to tell you anything like that. I mean, that's just anybody, I feel. So you always got to dig deep. Like, hey, how's it going? How's your business going? How do you feel? How was the gym today? How was, just anything. Just checking in a little bit deeper than just, hey, you look happier. Hey, how's it going? No, it's how you really doing. Amazing.
What I'm hearing is getting curious with the details of their life.
Yeah.
With the details of their day-to-day and the details of the people that are important to them.
Yeah, correct.
I like that.
You got to, man.
There you go. Thank you, Angel. Well, Angel,
Always.
we have a tradition on this show where a guest writes either a question, a message, or one of their favorite quotes that has an impact on them. You don't know who you're writing it for, and you also don't know who wrote it for you. And so with that said, the one that was left for you is right here. Accept what is, let go of what was, have faith in what will be. P.S. You are exactly where you need to be.
I love that. Dude, I love that.
Accept what is, let go of what was, have faith in what will be. P.S. You are exactly where you need to be.
Oh, that's a good one.
What comes up for you when you hear that?
Pretty much.
What comes up for you in your life?
Just forget about all the things you've been through before and just live in the present. That's why I call it a present, because it's a gift from God. So you live in the present. Tomorrow will be a mystery, but live in the present and take everything that you're going through, everything you went through as a reward because you're still here.
How can that relate to your life? Where do you have that and where may you not have that?
I mean, dude, I've been through it all, man. I've been through where I'm at now. I'm in the best place I could be in, but I went through a lot of stuff. Past business things that I went through where it didn't work out. And I thought like, oh, what the heck? Like, what am I going to do? And then another opportunity came up for me, and there it is. I got my own place, and it's just, I went through everything I had to go through to be where I'm at now, which is a happy place. I can't complain. My life is amazing. I can't really, but I went through some stuff.
What I'm hearing is there's a lot you had to accept. There's a lot you had to let go of, and faith got you to where you are.
Yep. 100%.
It also says you are exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
Sounds like you are.
I am.
Sounds like
of course.
Angel, well, thank you so much for being on the show, brother.
Always, my brother.
Again, I'm
Yes,
sure this
sir.
won't be the last.
I know.
There's going to be another season or another
Let's
chapter.
do it. I'm ready.
And let's get you to get that message on to the next one.
Yes.
All right. For all of you guys tuning in, On the Mic with Joe Cee wouldn't be anything without the people that are listening to this. It's your feedback that really brings life to this show. It's the comments you guys put whenever we post clips, the comments you put on YouTube, the subscribe button you guys hit. I do want this channel to grow, and I do want to bring what I would consider real conversations from everyday people that relate to everyday people more to light. And so for everybody that is listening, stay blessed, smile every chance you get, and I love y'all. Peace.
Peace.